Some neighbors borrow sugar. Some borrow tools. Mine, he borrowed my entire driveway. Repeatedly. For months. Like it came free with his house or something. But after one very long shift, one very cold takeout meal, and one very big white SUV, I finally snapped. Let's just say a tow truck got fed that night. And my neighbor ended up learning a $300 lesson he will never forget. If you've ever had that neighbor, the one who thinks shared community means your stuff is my stuff, hit that like button. And subscribe for more deliciously petty revenge stories served piping hot. Drop a comment telling me your worst neighbor horror story. Alright, buckle up. Because this story starts in a quiet cul-de-sac and ends with a tow truck victory anthem. Alright, picture this. A small, peaceful cul-de-sac. It's not some fancy, gated community. There are no HOA Karens roaming the streets measuring grass length or sniffing recycling bins. Just normal people minding their own business. Except one. And that person is my neighbor, who we'll call Jack, because honestly, calling him by any fancier name feels like giving him too much credit. Now, my driveway is perfect. A neat little 2-car spot. One for me, one for my husband. We're simple people. We don't ask for much. We just want our cars to exist on our own property without being displaced like refugees. But Jack, oh Jack, had a hobby. A hobby no one asked for. A hobby I never approved. A hobby where he treated my driveway like it was the official overflow parking lot for Jack's dumb social life. The first time. Just a sec. The very first time this happened, I came home from a long shift. I was tired, I was sweaty, and I smelled like that special blend of hospital disinfectant and human suffering. I pulled into my street, and there it was. A silver sedan. Parked right in my driveway. Bold. Centered. Like it was posing for a real estate brochure. I literally stared at it, thinking I was hallucinating from lack of sleep. Like, did my driveway reproduce? Did it have babies? Is this car my new child? No. It was Jack's brother. And Jack popped out like some kind of overly cheerful raccoon. Oh hey, that's my brother. He'll just be a sec. With a smile so fake it could have been sold at a Halloween store. A sec. Ah yes. The classic unit of neighbor time that means anywhere from 30 seconds to 300 years. But I was tired. And honestly, confrontation requires calories. I had none. So I said, okay. Huge mistake. The second time. He's just dropping something off. Cut to a week later. Another shift. Another exhausted me. Another stranger in my driveway. This time it was a friend of his dropping something off. Apparently, whatever he was dropping off required him to be parked in my personal parking spot like he owned stock in my property. Again. The same smile. The same tone. The same "you're being unreasonable for not liking this" vibe. Whatever. I let it slide. Again. The third time, the grocery Armageddon. By the third incident I was over it. I had just bought groceries. 5 heavy bags. One with cat litter. One with the kind of bulk vegetables that weigh more than a toddler. One with fragile stuff that definitely did not survive the journey. And there it was. A massive pickup truck in my driveway. Blocking everything. Looking like it had been parked by a blindfolded Tetris player. I looked at the truck. I looked at my bags. I looked at the quarter-mile between my parking spot down the street and my front door. And I thought, this is how people become villains. I carried those bags like I was doing the CrossFit Games, and the entire time Jack just stood there, sipping a drink on his porch like he was watching a parade. Another, they'll be gone soon. Sure, Jack. Right after I develop superhuman strength from carrying a metric ton of groceries every time I come home. The white SUV from hell. Fast forward to that Friday night. A full 12-hour shift. 3 codes. Patient who tried to bite me. I was so tired I'm surprised I didn't accidentally clock out as a vegetable. All I wanted was my driveway, my takeout, my shower, my couch, and unconsciousness. In that order. But life said nope. I turned into my cul-de-sac and saw the white SUV of doom blocking my entire driveway. It wasn't angled. It wasn't slightly to the side. It wasn't trying to be respectful. It was parked right in the middle like it was king of the asphalt. I sat in my car. Silent. Processing. Trying to regulate my soul before it left my body. Then I got out. Walked straight to Jack's door. Knock like an adult. Nothing. Knocked again. Nothing. Called him. He finally answered with the vocal energy of a man lying on a couch with snacks on his chest. Oh yeah, that's my in-laws. They'll only be there a couple hours. Just park on the street. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Sir. This is my driveway. My property. My life. My blood pressure. At that moment my brain flipped a switch. The petty switch. The righteous glowing neon petty switch. The revenge. Cue the tow truck. The thing is, earlier that month after the grocery incident, I had looked up the local laws. Because I knew this was becoming a situation. And in my city, the rule is glorious. If someone blocks your private driveway, you can tow them immediately. No warning. No discussion. No permission slip from Jesus. So I made the call. The tow guy was a legend. He arrived in 20 minutes, which in tow truck time is basically light speed. He looked at the SUV. He looked at me. He nodded like we were about to commit a sacred ritual. He backed up his truck, lowered the platform, attached the chains, and when that SUV lifted into the air like Simba and the Lion King, I felt healed, like angels were singing, like my chakras aligned, like the universe finally whispered, "You have suffered enough." The best part? I ate my fries while watching the SUV get pulled away. It was cinematic. The fallout. You didn't have to go that far. 1 hour later, right as I got into comfy clothes and prepared for takeout round 2, someone pounded on my door so hard it rattled my soul. I opened it just enough to see the demon trio. Jack's furious in-laws. The ghost of my sanity leaving my body. Jack had turned the color of an angry tomato. He exploded. What the hell is wrong with you? You didn't have to take it that far. A simple knock would have worked. You towed them. They're family. Behind him, his in-laws shouted things like, "This is ridiculous. This is overkill. We were only there for a little while." Yes, a little while. The cousin of just a sec. I let him rant. Then I hit him with the line I had rehearsed in my head for months. You said it wasn't a big deal. So I treated it like it wasn't a big deal. Boom. Critical hit. Emotional damage. Jack.exe has stopped working. I closed the door gently, politely, with the elegance of a queen who knows she has won. The $300 lesson. Later, I found out they had to pay almost $300 to get the car back. Not a metaphorical $300. Not a spiritual $300. A very real $300. And since that glorious night, my driveway has remained. Sparkles crystal. Clear. Sparkles. Not a tire touches it. Not a bumper grazes it. Not even a shadow enters without permission. Jack doesn't even walk his dog near it anymore. He crosses the street when passing my house like my driveway is radioactive. It's beautiful. There are few things in life more satisfying than justice. Except petty justice with legal backing and a tow truck soundtrack. After that night, I stood by my window the next morning sipping coffee, staring at my blissfully empty driveway. For the first time in months, it felt like I owned my house again. Like peace had returned to the land. And you know what the best part was? Not the silence. Not the clear driveway. Not even the $300 life lesson delivered to Team Jack. It was the look Jack gave me every time he saw me afterward. That stiff, awkward nod. That "I am terrified of you" nod. That "I will never cross you again" nod. That nod was worth more than $300. I didn't just get my driveway back. I got my sanity back. Some people don't respect boundaries until it costs them money. But here's the thing. Your home is yours. Your property is yours. Your driveway is not a community parking lot. Sometimes the only way to teach respect is with a tow truck. If you enjoyed this beautifully petty revenge story, hit that like button hard. Make sure you subscribe for more stories where karma comes with flashing lights and towing chains. And tell me in the comments, what's the pettiest revenge you've ever taken or wanted to take on a neighbor? Thanks for listening, and remember, if someone says it's not a big deal, sometimes it needs to become one.